This is my saltwater mini pond. In this video, we're gonna be giving my fish a major upgrade. I've seen people build crazy custom saltwater aquariums all over the internet, and it is time to build one for my fish. And the best part is we are doing it in the brand new Fish Guy Chris warehouse. Let's go, baby. I am pumped. Welcome to the new Fish Guy Chris warehouse. Hello, everybody. Check out our space. This is gonna be a brand new space on the channel where we are gonna be building some of the coolest, most custom saltwater ponds, freshwater ponds, tanks, you name it, we're gonna build it all right here. And you guys can see, we've got some insane space. I mean, we really do have a lot of space. We have a lot of space. As you guys can see, we've got from this wall to my little temporary gym here. This is very temporary. We're gonna be getting rid of this guy soon because ponds are probably gonna go there. Two, all the way down here to the saltwater mini pond that we're gonna be setting up for the millionth time, but this is its final resting place. Then we have this wall, the whole center of the garage here. This is Fish Guy Chris's very own complete space that we are going to absolutely crush it in here. And remember, my motto has always been my ponds, my tanks are your ponds and tanks. So I want your suggestions down in the comments of what you guys want to see go in our new space here, because we have plenty of room for some really cool stuff. So go ahead down in the comments, drop down below what you want to see next. Now I gotta give a big thank you to everyone who has been watching, supporting, dropping likes, dropping comments. I cannot do this without you guys. I cannot be here without you guys. We could not have this awesome space for some insane stuff without you guys. So if it wasn't for you, none of this would happen. We would not be here right now. But I am so excited that so many of you have chosen to come along the ride with me so we can do some awesome stuff like this. And I am forever grateful to you guys. So thank you for always being a part of the Fish Guy family. Now back to the saltwater pond. We have had this pond for quite some time now, and it has been through a ridiculous amount of rebuilds and rescapes and new fish. But today, now that we got our new place, it is time to build its final form. It's an 180-gallon pond and can fit a ton of fish. And with its new location, we can finally add some much needed upgrades like high quality lighting and awesome filtration. And we have everything we need right here to set up this whole pond. Now, step one for a nice healthy pond is adding sand, especially a high quality substrate like this. You gotta make sure you're putting some good substrate in your tank or aquariums, guys, especially saltwater. The reason I love this stuff is because it contains so much good stuff. It's got those great minerals and nutrients, the calcium, magnesium, potassium, all that stuff to be a great reef. It's also gonna help us with algae and the cure of the live rock, and it really helps maintain a healthy ecosystem. So step number one is we gotta get that sand in there. Now, a lot of you guys are probably wondering what the heck happened to all the fish. Well, you guys might have seen them in my previous video when I did that mystery box unboxing. Awesome video. We did a $100 versus $500 mystery box. Go check it out. Link in the description if you haven't watched it. You guys probably saw some of the saltwater pond fish swimming around in there because I had to move them in there in order to break this down and get ready for the move. It's been a hectic couple weeks doing this, but I'll tell you what, we got the move done. Well, not quite yet. We are still doing a bunch of stuff. We have a lot of things planned, especially, you know, aquariums and ponds in here. I'm just grateful I got my own space to do whatever we want to do on this channel, okay? Which is just awesome. And we gotta get every drop of sand in here too. We don't want to leave any sand behind. This is the good stuff right here. The Carib Sea, live sand. This is the good stuff. It's really gonna help boost our little reef here. It's also a fantastic sand to start out with. But the thing is, we may need another bag here actually. Let's see if we're gonna have enough sand. I don't know if we are. We may need to get some more, at least 2 more bags. Not only are we doing sand, we are doing some crushed dang coral, the best stuff you can do for your tank. It's a staple, live rock, sand, and some crushed coral. You need to do it. For saltwater, this will help maintain the pH, keeps the fish healthy again, helps balance out the water, all good stuff, all positive for the pond. So as long as we keep stacking those positives, this tank will be perfect, up and running in no time with some awesome fish inside. So crushed coral, highly recommend. Step 2, it is time to build our reef for the pond. If you guys have been a long-time viewer, we've built many reefs for this pond, but this time I'm gonna try to do something really unique, something I've never done before. I have no idea what that exactly is. We're just gonna have to see as we go, start putting the rocks down and try to make this the coolest rock structure as possible. We want it to look really cool and really unique. So this rock right here is live rock. So we got that live sand, now we got the live rock, and it is super important to have in a saltwater tank. It pretty much acts as its own little filtration system to keep keep the pond nice and balanced. And like I mentioned, I've added rocks a couple different times and they all looked pretty good, but this time I really want to make something look just insane. I don't know, I'm going to try a bunch of different shapes and sculptures and structures, and I'm going to figure out what I think is going to be the best structure for this pond for the next and hopefully final setup of this little mini pond here. What are we going to do here? What are we gonna do? I think I want to, low key, I think I want to use this big purple chunky rock. This rock was the one we've had for a long time. It's definitely one of my favorites. And I think we should try and use it. It always looks so good as a centerpiece for that pond right there. I think we should definitely try. The only thing is that it's deep purple. Oh, it's such a big rock, guys. It's a deep purple rock. And I think it looks great as a centerpiece. Whoa. Oh my gosh, that's a heavy freaking piece of rock. Okay, so it's actually kind of gonna look similar to what we've done in the past. I love that rock. And this is the pond to use it for. So once we get our tide pool pond, we're not gonna have that rock to use. I think this is the pond to use it with. So you know what? We're gonna try to go with this thing. Now you guys can see I got this big rock. We're gonna try to figure out where to go. We got our sand, and then I got my nice little shelf here of crushed coral. It's just gonna sit in the back, and I don't want it to get mixed in with the sand, so it's gonna stay right there. But I just think this is too good of a rock to not use for this pond. Oh, lizard, gecko. He was hiding in the rock. Okay, I got you, buddy. Hold on, I'm gonna release you. Stay there. We got ourselves a little gecko friend hiding in my rock. Played around with the rock as much as I could, trying a bunch of different shapes and different kind of structures. This U shape, I moved the rock all the way to the back. Something just felt weird about this one. I'm not really sure. I really tried to change up what I did originally from the other ponds I've done. So I tried 2 or 3 different rock structures and came to the conclusion that I think what we originally had was the best option. Now, I originally tried building something a lot different, and I thought it was definitely gonna look good, thought it was gonna look right. It just, I don't know, it felt a little bit too far away. It looked kind of cool because the rocks were kind of going around the pond, but I couldn't seem to get it quite right, and then I just reverted back to the OG way that it looks. So I actually called Brooke and I FaceTimed her. I said, what do you think of this? She said, no, go back to the old way because it looks way better. So I guess we have finalized on back to the old way. The center rock in the middle, some white rock coming off the sides. I wish I had all purple rock. I may actually upgrade the pond and get all purple rock. This stuff right here is expensive. So we went with the OG look with a little reef, half moon reef, so the fish have plenty of room to swim around it and go inside the rocks. That's what I like. In case we get horseshoe crabs, little stingrays, whatever we want, they have plenty of sand space, but also the fish are gonna love the actual reef. So this is what we're working with. I think it looks pretty dang good. Our rocks are set up, and now the most important part of a saltwater pond is the salt water. We're using an RO system that takes all of the heavy metals, the bad stuff, the stuff you don't want in your water. It takes it, it removes it all, and dumps it in the pond for fresh, pure, 100% clean water. Then we add the salt, which is gonna bring it up to that perfect 1.023 salinity that we're looking for. I mean, as you can see, it's gonna take a long time to fill because that is the amount of clean water coming out, but it is 100% worth it. Fill this thing up with pure RO water is the way to go. It's gonna take, I don't know, maybe a day, maybe 2 days, but hey, we are on our way filling up our pond. That's the most important part. Here is our tank, which has our other fish inside of it. You guys gotta let me know if you guys wanna see these dudes go in the tank. They are absolutely awesome. And I think they would look pretty dang cool in the new saltwater mini pond. So you guys let me know in the comments if you wanna see these guys in here. They are so skittish though. They are so skittish, they need to get used to me. All these tangs that you're seeing in here, I got these guys from that mystery box, which was the best mystery box ever. We got 4 tangs, I think maybe 4 or 5 different tangs. The clown tang that we did put in here, I actually took him out and put him in the big saltwater pond because he was beefing with everybody, so we kicked him out. He's in the big saltwater pond, living it up in there, but the other 4 tangs are in here and they are so cool. Pellets and mysis, they absolutely love it. Watch this. I think these guys would be awesome in the tank. Let's see if they want to eat. In the saltwater pond, we got this big boy in here. They all eat really well. They're all so healthy. And we're gonna start using this. Look, all the tanks, all of them, grubbing. So healthy. And I think we're gonna start using this tank as a giant quarantine tank to put everything in here first and then move to the saltwater pond. So everybody is thriving in here. So let me know if you guys wanna see these big boys in the pond. But first, obviously, we're gonna add some smaller fish, some invertebrates, then we can add the tangs because we gotta get that pond cycled. The lobster is so dang cool. He's coming to the pond too, right? He is such a beast. That is such a cool lobster. I love that thing. And this big boy, I don't know why they're so scared of me. What can I do to make them not scared of me? They're so scared of me right now. Day 2, the pond is filled with water and it's looking pretty dang good, looking crispy, as good as ever. But there are still a few upgrades that I wanna make to make this look extra good. Starting off with this awesome bright white light that's really gonna help us see the fish much better than when we had the pond before. This is gonna be a game changer. The pond looks amazing with this light on. It's still not 100% clear. It's gonna take a little bit of time because that crushed coral had a lot of sediment all in that. It looks better than ever. I mean, look at this. You can see through the glass. We're gonna have this light on at all times. So our pond has officially been upgraded, but we still have some more to do. I will also be adding in this flow maker right here. This is gonna be great. I might get a couple more of these dudes, but I want some insanely good flow in this pond. That'll be great for the fish. If we get any anemones, they absolutely love flow. So it is key to have one of these, especially in a saltwater aquarium. Check this thing out, ladies and gentlemen. This thing is fire. We are finally back up and running. Look how cool this thing looks. This thing looks insane. There's so many different options that we could do with this pond. That's why I need you guys to comment down below what you want to see. When we first set this thing up, we had some sick fish in there. I'm trying to get back to that, especially now that it's in its own final resting place. We can do so much cool stuff with this. We can catch fish for it. We can net fish for it. We can add a ton of clownfish, some anemones. We can add those tangs. We could do a million different things. Start thinking about different themes that you want to see in the new Fish Guy Chris warehouse. This is just pond number 1. This is our first pond. We have so many more to go. I'm gonna kit this thing out to make it look insane. We're gonna have aquariums and ponds all over the place, fresh and saltwater. So there's a pond for everybody out there. I mean, we got the room for it and I am excited. I mean, look at this little guy. Just imagine when we put a giant one right in the middle. That's gonna be great. I don't know about you guys, but setting up new tanks is like one of my favorite things ever. It's so dang fun, especially with all the possibilities in your mind. Now that I get to go on an absolute spree, an absolute bender of just setting up sick ponds, it's like a dream come true, truly. Truly is. I can just picture right now. We got a bunch of clownfish in here. I don't know why I'm going for clownfish, but I'm just visualizing clowns and a bunch of anemones all over these rocks that you can't even see the rocks. That would be sick. I also do want to start making really specialized individual aquariums for specific things, like obviously our tide pool pond that we're gonna build. I want to make it kind of short, a little lower to the ground, and kind of long. So I'm kind of just figuring out what I want to do with that. The fish that are gonna go in there are gonna be tide pool creature fish. We can either catch those guys or buy them too, but all tide pool creature type deals. And then another pond, we could do a beach pond, literally make some sand, make a whole beach. We have so many options and it's just the beginning. I am so freaking excited. I can't wait to blow all my money on fish, literally. Well, this looks really damn good. In one day, it cleared pretty well. It's definitely gonna clear a lot more. It's gonna look a lot better in a couple days. I'm sure it's gonna be just gin clear, especially with this light. This lighting has changed the game. I don't know if you guys remember, go back to the old videos of the saltwater pond, me sitting right here. You couldn't even see through the glass because it was outside, a lot of glare. The sun had to hit the pond just right. I had like an hour window where it looked really good. Now this can look good 24/7. 7 days a week. Not to mention, these ponds are also awesome. This is the original one that I had. It's still perfectly sturdy, fine. Yeah, there's a couple nicks here and there, but like really well-built pond. Cross your fingers, knock on wood, no leaks, nothing. This has been an absolute flawless pond. I might wanna get more of these. Should we set up more of these? Maybe have a freshwater one right next to it? What would be insane? I'll tell you what would be insane. We build like this one on the ground, build a stand, boom, drill it in, have one stacked on top of the other one. Holy cow, that would be mind-blowing. That would be mind-blowing. It's not possible. It's definitely not possible at all, but that would be cool. Possibilities are endless. You guys are the pirates that steer this ship, so get crazy down in the comments. I want some insane suggestions. This is just the beginning. Welcome to the Fish Guy Chris warehouse. I am pumped to go on this journey with you guys. Freaking love you guys. I'll see you in the next one. I hope everyone's excited. Peace.